Project Trinity is a nonprofit connecting underserved international communities to opportunity and a sustainable economic future through modular training and work centers. We went on the local scene to talk to the project's founders, local residents who are having a global impact.
The vision of Project Trinity is to forge a sustainable path to economic progress in resource-constrained communities across the globe. That will be achieved through the deployment of modular, solar-powered, satellite-connected training and work centers, quickly and effectively igniting an economic engine.
I first started thinking about this concept when I was spending some time in Haiti. And I had gone to Haiti a few times with an organization called St. Roch Haiti Foundation. And St. Roch Haiti Foundation provides medical assistance, a clinic, educational support, community support in a rural community in Haiti. And when you travel to Haiti or places like Haiti, you realize pretty quickly that what's absolutely needed most is economic development. With economic development comes improved quality of life. So that's something that always stuck with me. How can we create jobs in these communities? Fast forward a couple of years and COVID happens and remote work just explodes in the world. And at the same time, low Earth orbit satellite technology started to advance and advance very quickly. You've got guys like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk starting these satellite internet companies. So those two concepts together started the concept of you can really create access to communities all over the world that aren't connected right now and create employment opportunities. I thought of my friend Matt Glynn, who knew solar from Glynn Electric. From there things evolved. Matt took the ball and ran with it, and we actually built a prototype of a pod. We realized really quickly that this was going to be a lot of work. It was a lot more than just building a pod that we were going to need to train, that we were going to need to organize communities, that we were going to need to find employers. This was real work. And Matt and I are, we're good idea guys, but we're not the best at doing the work itself. Dave is, and Dave was a friend of Matt's. We realized this is someone who can really come in and help us, which he has, and we were off and running.
A pod is a portable online development system. It's a shipping container that's been retrofitted with finished walls inside, counter surface around the perimeter. There is solar panels, so it's completely off-grid. We selected 20-foot containers because they're much more manageable, right? So they're just over 4,000 pounds to move around, as opposed to using a 40-foot container. You can imagine that a lot of the terrain and roads that we have to travel from the port to the final location may not necessarily even be there. So a 20-foot is far more manageable.
The deployment strategy for Project Trinity includes the construction, transport, and installation of pods to 3 inaugural sites: Haiti, South Africa, and Kenya, with plans to expand installations globally. And while satellite connectivity plays a pivotal role in bringing global job opportunities to underserved communities, it is the collaboration of Project Trinity's team, as well as on-site local representatives and strategic alliances with various organizations and foundations, that will ensure the success of the program.
We've always wanted to do these pods as a way to improve the world for the people that will never have the opportunity to better themselves, because as we have found in third world countries, people don't want you to give them fish. They want to be taught how to fish. And this was our way of teaching them how to fish. We can support them on their way through. So that was always the concept. It still is what we're trying to do. However, MIT came to us with the idea of putting a pod on Native American land, and we decided that that would be a great place to start in the United States. And one of the main things that we did find out is we just can't walk into an area and drop a pod. We have to work with an organization that's already trusted and well-known. So we've partnered up with a couple of them, and they've helped refine our thoughts and plans.
The students that we have seen so far, the applicants that we've reviewed, all come with university training already. It's remarkable how much education they've already equipped themselves with, and they're just in such a great position to step into this digital training program. The digital literacy curriculum is a 6-week program, and then beyond that is the specialized training, and depending on what that is, whether it's coding or drafting, data analyzers, that then extends based on what that specialized training is.
The inspiration for the name Project Trinity came to Karen Glynn, the marketing director of the organization, after watching the movie Oppenheimer, wherein the military assigned the codename Trinity Project to a nuclear program. The team wanted to use those words, but obviously in a different context.
So we switched it around to Project Trinity, added the slash on the end, so the E became an important part of it, and then we turned that into the logo of educate, employ, empower. That is how we came up with Project Trinity.
Project Trinity is a startup nonprofit, and startup nonprofits, just like startup for-profits, are difficult to finance. It's hard to get people to give money to an idea, no matter how exciting it is. So up to this point, we've really been self-funded, for the most part. And we knew that we were going to need to get Project Trinity to a point where we could prove it, and we could show potential donors what this can do.
A prototype pod was built and proved that a storage container could act as a viable training and workspace, and it was operational with off-grid power and satellite broadband connectivity. One pod has been deployed in Haiti and another soon to be operational in Kenya.
We've got 50 students between the 2 locations that we have interviewed and that have applied and we've accepted out of a couple of hundred that are ready to go and committed. And within a couple of months, we're going to be able to demonstrate that we've got these students in the pod advancing their digital literacy education, showing up every day, demonstrating their work ethic, their intelligence, their productivity. We're going to be able to have Zoom meetings with them, working in the pods, and we're going to be in a much different position to access funding. We're providing, in the first step, is a general digital literacy curriculum. We're giving students a basic background in computers and digital literacy. Our goal is to then bring in and align ourselves with employment partners and have the employment partners let us know what are the specific skills that are going to be needed for their jobs. And then we will work with them to create the curriculum to then train specifically for those jobs, whether that's coding or customer service or web design or content management. And these can be companies anywhere in the world because this is remote work. There's a huge market for this, but we need to find employers that are committed to this idea, that are looking for quality workforces, that are willing to work with us to train them, and that are interested in having an impact.
The goal for Project Trinity is to be a sustainable organization. For the majority of nonprofits, the ability to excel, grow, and operate depends on their current funding efforts. Project Trinity is structured so that it will create its own revenue stream.
And I'll give you an example. One pod in a community can employ 20 people, 10 workstations and 2 shifts. If you hypothetically said that each job is going to bring in a revenue stream of $50,000, that pod will bring in $1 million a year to that community, which is a transformational impact they can have on these rural communities. Donors can look at this strategy and say, all right, well, I can fund this, but at some point it's going to have its own legs and it's going to take off. And it's not something that has to be fed every year. And being in the nonprofit world, you know that's a unique position to be in, is to create that sustainable strategy. And that's something we really believe we have.
The dream is that we just double the number of pods we have globally every year. So, this year could be 2 or 3, next year's 6, right? In 12 and 24, and we just want to kind of go that way. That's the goal.
It's not the pods that are the magic here. It's the training and the jobs that we can provide. Our hope is that with the proper training, we're going to be able to provide enough people with good work that they make enough money to have a good living, and we can improve where they live. eventually taking some of the money that we gain from employing them to increase and enhance their community. And that is what our goal is, not so much to deploy a lot of pods, but to change the world by giving people jobs.
To support and learn more about this project that is changing lives, visit projecttrinity.org.
If you enjoyed this video by the local scene, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.